Hey, so remember when I hinted at covering Masked Rider? Yeah, so sadly I didn't really like how the script went, so I decided to scrap it. And plus, the material wasn't really good enough for a full episode regardless of the quality of the script. So let's talk about professional wrestling. Wrestling, despite all of its flaws, is something I like to call good shit. Fun characters, amazing stories, insane moments, it's all here. From the big stage to the bingo hall down the road, wrestling can truly be amazing. Wrestling movies, though? Not really. Outside of The Wrestler, I can't really think of any movies that are worth a damn. Beyond the Mat? A classic, yes, but not Ready to Rumble, or Backyard Dogs, or No Holds Barred. One of these films is based off the promotion Chikara.
I used to feel down.
Chikara was more than just your average wrestling promotion. It had elements of tokusatsu, comic books, sci-fi, horror, and all that good stuff that truly made it one of a kind. In 2013, they did an angle where in storyline, Chikara was shut down by their storyline owners, Title Conglomerate, in order to hide some of their shady past, which mainly consisted of, quote, Blackwater-style atrocities. Before this, they fired Chikara mainstay, Mike Quackenbush, due to him learning too much, and destroyed Chikara shortly afterwards. The film was originally released as short bits on YouTube and follows three main plots that happen after the events of the shutdown. Icarus wanting to bring back Chikara, the colony trying to find their leader Soldier Ant, and the Tag Team 3.0 trying to find Ultra Peck who's traveling through time. Yes, that was an actual storyline. Although something else much more sinister is going under everyone's watch. According to a few articles at the time, they went all out for this, having a red carpet premiere for the movie and paying for ads in Dark Horse Comics to attract newcomers and advertise the upcoming You Only Live Twice pay-per-view. And while most Chikara fans who were watching at the time would know what's going on, the movie assumes you know everything, and I mean everything that's relevant to the promotion at that point. And to newcomers, that is an issue as it barely explains anything about what's happened before this. For example, why is Soldier Ant missing? Well, it's because he was upset about being forced to join rival group, Colony Extreme Force, and having Deviant Ant being in the original Colony despite the rest of the group not wanting them to be in it. The movie does not explain this. It just assumes you would know, despite it being advertised to new viewers who had not seen anything from Chikara at that point. The thing I mentioned was brewing under everyone's watch? That's the Flood. No, not that Flood, although a group of zombies trying to take over wrestling would be pretty cool. A group of heroes from the past that want to take down Chikara. And I don't even think they are named despite being shown off, but they just appear in one scene and then don't appear again until the end without explanation. Another issue is the acting and sound mixing. Since most of the Chikara roster is masked, sound isn't the best without ADR. But the ADR in question is pretty, well, shit. It's shit.
See what you got, Cruiser. There, show me your best.
What are you doing to cut? What?
Let's finish what we started.
Where's Jones?
Get a haircut.
The sailing around?
Yeah, he's over there. Want me to pour you something?
No, we're not gonna be long.
And you would be an idiot to wear a mask all the time with all your lines needing to be dubbed over because you're wearing a mask. I know it's an indie fed and they are limited to what they can do, but this is the kind of stuff you would put on YouTube. In fact, as I mentioned before, it was. These are just YouTube videos compiled into one film with one or two scenes added. And as YouTube videos, they are fine. They actually work somewhat better because they flow a bit better than just one big movie. But as a film, it just feels a bit off. Like, they had a bunch of scenes in mind, but not really a lot to advance the plot. 3.0's search for Ultra Pet can pretty much be summed up as, they want to find Ultra, here he is in parts unknown, go there, and find him. They only have about 4 scenes in total, excluding the ending battle. Now, as YouTube videos spread across a few weeks with other videos, that works a bit better as time passes and the videos along with the real world. But in the movie, we don't get much indication of time passing by. And that can also be said about the other plots in question. Trust me, I can respect Chikara for trying this, and it's certainly on brand for the promotion, but you need to involve people who actually know what they are doing in terms of making a film, not a wrestling promotion. The ending is the only part that's really worth watching, which you could find on either the movie or on the second National Pro Wrestling Day event, although I would recommend the latter as the ending in this scene isn't very good since the audio and video quality is whack. Basically, it's one big brawl with the good guys and the bad guys fighting each other, and then 3.0 and Archie show up, and the DeLorean, which is probably the best part of the entire scene. It's pretty fun despite all of its flaws. Overall, I feel like it could have been really good, but due to how it was executed, it honestly really sucks. Chikara would shut down nearly a decade later in June of 2020. This was because of the speaking out movement and Mike Quackenbush being outed as a really shitty person. While I cannot defend the actions of Mike Quackenbush, it saddens me that Chikara had to shut down, and it saddens me that we never got a truly better Chikara movie. I feel like it has so much potential, and I feel like it could have worked a lot better as a sort of anthology film, and not just a few plots haphazardly stringed together. Well, that ended on a pretty, depressing note. See you guys next time. Ooh.